Hello, queens and kings. Welcome to my channel. If it's your first time here, welcome, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for coming back. Today, we are on the last day of our series, and I feel that at this point, you can be able, my queens and kings will be able to continue. But also, if you feel that, no man, I need just a little bit, just one more video, you can always send a request by just commenting down below in the comment section. Prepositions. Hey. So another thing, we're going to take a break, just a week break, because just to take a break. We need a break. We do need a break. And I will be doing a lot of practicing because I'll be responding to a request on that other week. Hey, that request, I have a history with that request because it's something that I also wanted to do a long time ago, and I didn't manage to do it because it was challenging me so much that I just put it on the side. But now it came back to haunt me because I got a request on it. So on that weekend, we'll be responding to that request. So let's get started with our last day of our series. So now we at the corner. The first two beads throughout this pattern are going to be our black beads because they make out the outer frame, and the remaining two beads are going to be dependent by where we are within the pattern. So I pick up two black beads and two white beads. I'll take my needle and I insert it into the central bead, and then I pull. So now we're starting to make the other half of our triangles. Now I'm going to pick up three white beads, take my needle, insert it into the central, the last white beads, and then we're going to pick out three black beads. Three black beads. Remember, we have to now start taking our black frame and bringing it down. So we have to, meaning we have to meet it halfway and bring it back. You see, we are able to bring it back because sayihlangabeza. So now we're going to pick up three blue beads. This is our turning point, TP. Now when you do a graph and then you have a turning point, when you've reached the top parts. Now we're going to pick up three blue beads, take our needle, insert it here into the last blue bead. That is our central bead, sorry. So now you're going to pick out three blue beads, insert it there, and then we pull. And then we pick up three black beads. Three black beads. Take our needle, insert it here, the central bead, and then you pull. And then you pick out three black beads again. We're doing that thing. Let me hold it like this. You're meeting it halfway. So you have to take the black part and drag it down. So going to insert your needle here. And then you pick out 3 blue beads. 3 blue beads. Take your needle, insert it here. Then you pick out 3 blue beads again. Now we're going to pick up 3 black beads. Set it into your central, which is the first white bead in this case. And then you pick out 3 white beads. Take your needle, insert it here to your central bead, and then you pull. Then you pick out 3 white beads. Take your needle, insert it into your central bead. In this case, the last white bead. So now we're turning. Every time when we turn, you turn by the first 2 beads are going to be our black beads, because those are that is a principle. It does not change. You can't even get creative by using another color, because you'll be doing another pattern. And then the remaining 2 beads are going to be determined by where you are within the pattern. Then you take your needle, you insert it here, and then you pull. Then you pick up 3 white beads, set it into your central bead. Remember, we have to hlangabeza our black. We have to meet our black halfway. So what do? We also bring the black to the black by picking up 3 black beads. You bring the black to the black, insert it into your central bead, and then you pull. Now you're going to pick up 3 blue beads. Take your needle, you insert it into the central bead, and then you pull. Now you're going to pick out 3 blue beads again. 3 blue beads. Take your needle, you put it into the central bead. Now you're going to pick up 3 black beads. You're going to pick up 3 black beads. Then you take your needle, you insert it into, I have a black bead that just did not land. It refused to go through the needle. The beads I'm using, they're not even in size. Now I'm going to introduce my white. Now I'm going to introduce my white frame. So how do I introduce it? I pick up 1 black, one white and one black. Take your needle, you insert it into your central bead, and then you pull. So this is what you're going to have. Oops. So this, the tip of the previous white frame should be in the same line as the new one that you just introduced. That's how you're going to know that, okay, I'm on the right track. Now you're going to pick up 3 black beads. Insert it into your central bead, and then you pull. And then you pick up 3 blue beads. 3 blue beads. Insert the needle into your central bead, and then you pull. Now we're going to pick out 3 blue beads. Insert the needle into your central bead, which is the black bead that is in the center. Now we're going to pick up, let me put it like this so I can see clearly. Okay. I have to go back and check, guys. 3 black beads. Set it into your central bead. And then you pick up 3 white beads. That's it. Then you pull. So now you're turning. The first 2 beads are going to be because of your frame, and the remaining 2 beads are going to be determined by where you are within the pattern. Take my needle and I insert it here into the central bead, and then I pull. And then I pick up 3 black beads. 3 black beads. Take my needle and I insert it into the central bead. Let me just make sure that everything is pulled nicely. I insert my needle into the central bead, then I pull. Then I pick up 3 blue beads. 3 blue beads. Insert it here. Then I pick up 3 blue beads again. 3 blue beads. Take my needle, insert it into the central bead. And then I pull. Then I pick up 3 black beads. Then I pick up 1 black bead and 2 white beads. insert it into the central. In this case, it's the only white bead there. Then I pick up 2 white beads and 1 black bead. I insert it into the central, and then I pull. So you have a V-like situation. Remember the birds that we were talking about that you used to draw? Okay, speaking of that, I used to draw. I'm not sure about other other people. 3 black beads. Take your needle, insert it into the central bead, and then you pull. Then you pick up 3 blue beads, set it into central bead. Then you pick up 3 blue beads. Oopsie. Insert it into your central bead. And then you pick up 3 black beads. Take my needle and insert it into the central bead. Then I pick up 3 white beads. The last bead for our series. 3 white beads. Then I take my needle and I insert it into the central bead, and then I pull. So one more thing that I would like us to do together is to do the count check. So we have 4 blue lines, 2 solid lines, and 2 dotted lines. We have to check if we have the same number of lines on this side. Let me try and bring it closer. You see, we have line number 1, line number 2, line number 3, and line number 4. So we are good with this triangle. With this triangle, we have four lines. We have to check again. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Also, let's check with these black. For this black, we had 3 lines. So that means for this side and this side, we have to have 3 lines. 1, 2, 3. We have 3 lines. And also here 1, 2, 3. We have 3 lines. So I believe, Queens and Kings, that from here you'll be able to continue. And please remember to be patient with yourselves with this pattern, any other pattern, and keep going back to check your work. Remember the 3 pointers that we talked about and the count check. Just check the number of lines, especially after you are making the other half of whatever shape that you're doing. If you're making the other half of your triangle, check the number of lines if you turned correctly. If you're making the other half of your diamond, of your triangle, please check the number of lines. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being so patient and going with me on this series journey. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am so happy we're finally at the end. I'm proud of you for coming to this end and that you be able to continue. See you on the next video, Queens and Kings. I love you guys so, so much. Please, if you love the content that you're seeing, please consider subscribing. Remember to love yourself, be good to yourself, be kind to yourself, treat yourself with respect, and have fun. Bye.